body, done. Hey, I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. More action and no talk, I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. Hey, couple of bands up in my pocket. I don't want pause to get wild nonsense. We got momentum, don't try to stop it. Diamonds are clearer than my conscience. I don't let bygones be bygones. That's when I'm honest. Penthouse building, reach heaven's heights. Nah, that's what you call a God complex. Remember the days I was down low when it was out cold, but I went out and got it. Look at my milestones, man, it feel like the Dow Jones when you look at my pocket. Look at the flex, whipping the Teslas. I'm a mess, but it's all a finesse. Boy, you, stop it, quiet. If it's new, I done got it. See my jewels, shining, white diamonds, Miley Cyrus, private jet, private pilot. Look at me, stylish, masterpiece, body, young. Hey, I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. More action and no talk, I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him.
Tonight, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Daniel Jones and the Atlanta Falcons taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
We know the arm strength is certainly there. He's got a big-time cannon for an arm, and that's not a surprise. He's the son of a former Major League pitcher, so the bloodlines come into play. The biggest question for Patrick Mahomes, can he harness that big arm, develop the touch that's needed, and carry his team towards the playoffs?
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mahomes got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end.
Mahomes' pass complete to David Njoku.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Hey, we know Pat Mahomes can run it. We saw it right there, but you get the sense when he takes off, every Chiefs fan is just saying, hey, be careful.
You get the sense, right, that everyone's holding their breath?
Yes.
And no one's exhaling until he gets up? Well, that makes perfect sense. But the reason that play works well for him when he decides to keep it and run, because of the respect for his arm. He throws it so well and so often that when he does make the decision to run, it's usually wide open.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
2nd and 11 now. To throw, it's Mahomes. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now here's Mahomes. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Snags it for the pick. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. So a long field ahead for the Falcon offense as they head out. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
48-yard line.
On first down, Jones connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 more yards there and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On the keeper, it's Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the gun, Jones. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now Jones. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Another try on second down with Gurley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now third and goal.
Throwing Jones. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 58 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Yeah, not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Not the kind of game that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL with Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength. He's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On third down, here's Edwards-Helaire spinning away, and they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Yetur Gross-Matos. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, a very quick pass to Ridley. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Brings up third down and 7.
Here's Jones on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front. Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 37. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option. You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
It's 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes.
Mahomes pass. Incomplete.
You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. Throwing to start the drive, Jones. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Hey, man, let's play our game.
So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley.
Number 21.
Quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd.
Now Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
56.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a 1st down.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the Chiefs' 9-yard line.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Mahomes now on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And it's second down.
Second down and 10.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking for Hill again. This time it's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the run.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, not. They're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. A quick slant to Hill. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Jarrett on the stop. It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12 at the 19-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
The score, Falcons. Falcons 14, Chiefs 7.
Second down and 12 at the 19-yard line. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Chief linemen might have moved.
Offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. That one complete to Hill. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, a 22. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And his kick is right through. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Now comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. Now we've got a tie game. He has the 2 touchdown catches that we take a peek at. Does he have a third in his repertoire to break this tie?
It's hard to say that he doesn't based on what we've seen so far. I remember when I was coaching Brandon, I went and saw a guy at a clinic, and all he talked about was, I want players that make plays that count. That's exactly what we're seeing from him here.
Yeah, he's made 2 that count. Try to make it 3. Now Jones throwing on first down. And this will be incomplete. Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing again. Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. 3rd down here.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
A former star at nearby Georgia Tech, Harrison Butker now for the field goal try. This a 43-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead.
The score, Chiefs 17, Falcons 14.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company, and he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Gurley with a carry on first down. He'll only get a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
The tackle by
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Jones on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. These offensive starters still out there in the 2nd quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
brings up 3rd down.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. They'll drop this underneath to Gurley. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. From the gun, Jones to the right side and complete to Hurst. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
On the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that...
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Able to shake him off. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
3rd down.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 4th down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley.
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Daniel Jones.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After the sack on 1st down, Jones. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Yetur Gross-Matos, his 2nd sack of the night.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's Hill on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. KC's offense ready to take over. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. Pass incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Incomplete. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. On 2nd and 15 now. Mahomes. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. First throw now for the backup Tua Tagovailoa. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll take this one up to about the 13.
Gurley, the ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
He was looking for Todd Gurley, and it's 3rd down.
And 6 yards to go.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Yetur Gross-Matos in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. And now here comes Kansas City. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
Man, I've seen that play a couple of times.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He can And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Butker on for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard.
Now we'll again see Calvin Ridley in the Falcon offense. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. And they'll begin by running the option. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
The ball carrier.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row. First down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3, Jones. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. First 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. A'Shawn Robinson in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Jones under pressure again, and down he goes again. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
But when it all comes together and you get the field goal block that's been designed, that's been drawn up, everyone has to feel good about on that side of the ball. How about that one there? To the left side, knew what they had. That's where they wanted to be, and they got their designated guy turned free.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Hey, a sidebar worth noting is that preseason cuts have changed. So week 3 that we're in right now, the preseason, I think what'd you say, the roster's going to stay at 90 instead of going down to 75 this year?
That's exactly right, Brandon, because in the past, just what you said, this game here, at the end of week 3, or game 3, you would cut the roster down to 75 and play game 4 just like that. In this case now, though, they're going to be able to keep guys all the way through. So guys who would normally not have a chance to finish out the preseason, they'll get that chance now and get more opportunities to get on tape.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Jones now throwing on 1st down. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. That catch good for only a couple. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Most teams in the league hitting the 3-quarter pole in the preseason. The whole league will be in action next Thursday night to wrap it all up. And then we start for real a week after that with the NFL kickoff game. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive, something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right. Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. Taken about 7 yards deep, and the half will begin with a touchback. Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Another carry now for Gurley. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
On the carry.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Touchdown, Falcons! A big play there. 69 yards. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Now Jones on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Jones going to throw again. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller, since that the screen pass was available, whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
And incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Jones. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. A'Shawn Robinson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Intercepted by the Chiefs.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front, You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mahomes now to throw. And this is caught at the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory.
To number 82.
An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 43 yards.
Chiefs.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the 2nd half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And it's up and good. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
10 at the 18-yard line.
Now it's Gurley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down.
Tyrann Mathieu there to make the tackle.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jones. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Jones. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Holding offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Here's Jones to throw on third down. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Blake Jarwin there to make the grab. And the Falcons cut into that lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Good. Makes the score Chiefs 31, Falcons 21.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Here's Tate to return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28.
The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And he fires one incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And that's going to be a Chiefs 1st down as the tackle made at about the 38. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes stepping up. He'll try and run. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. This is the tight end, Njoku. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons 17. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves them with third down and just a yard to go.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And the Chiefs are going to get a fresh set of downs. Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Fullback try and take him home. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a nice second effort we just saw there, so I'm trying to get to the end zone, but a lot of times near the goal line, that second effort can lead to disaster. Make sure you hold on to the football because there's going to be guys swarming when you're carrying it.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So out come the Falcons now. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Again they run with Gurley. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Tua Tagovailoa sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. The throw over the middle taken in. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And again this time to the tailback. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beef eaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Early with a little bit of an opening there as he's able to get 5 on 1st down. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside. Quarterback tucks it and keeps it. Quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap. But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
That's good.
Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Jones now on 1st and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He was a 2nd-round pick. Many scouts thought he could have gone higher than that.
And I was one of them. Even though I don't scout for any particular team, I had a 1st-round grade on him. And frankly, I'm surprised he lasted to the 2nd round. They got a steal with this player.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Falcons get a bit closer. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
He's tackled at
I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 yards.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here. Otherwise, they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football.
because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And the Chiefs are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Kansas City.
A great play there. Taking it in. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
Harrison Butker to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. I'm sure as a rookie, even though this is preseason, Charles, interceptions, you got to eat at you quite a bit.
They certainly do, but here's the problem that he's confronted with. He's not the high draft pick. He's not seen as the next guy. He's got to prove himself to everyone and get noticed. So maybe instead of taking the safer throw, you press it a little bit, try and push it downfield, try and fit into a tight window, and sometimes interceptions result.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And now he'll tuck it and run. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Now that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off down at the 2. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Marcus Davenport, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And the Chiefs' D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And they give this time to the tailback. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a 1st down at the Falcons' 36. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4th quarter, holding on to a lead. Fullback carry, 3 or 4 yards. I guess that's what you're looking for.
And it just brings back memories for me because I remember my coaches in this situation. I remember one time my head coach into his headset telling the offensive coordinator, I want the big boy carrying the ball. And that's what you have in this spot. Him covering up on the ball, taking care of it, and grinding out yardage.
They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
His throw caught right around the 6. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
He may try, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. But from the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And his throw is incomplete. They were looking for Marshall that time, and now it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Intended for number 84, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And it's 3rd down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the give, this is their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time? That maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
His kick is good.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 23.
35. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25 yards.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Marcus Davenport bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And his throw here is incomplete. Marshall, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return.
At their own 45-yard line.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And he goes out right around the 39. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. Back to throw again. This to Jarwin. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends, who you would think could absorb that contact.
That's another.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons.
Down.
A 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons cut into that lead. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback, but, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead, but at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 25's the money. I got one.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Now he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Tonight's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.